Hey guys, it's Kyle from Camping Made Simple, and once again we're trying to bring you something that's making it easy, because we want camping to be simple so you can get outdoors, enjoy the peace and quiet, though there's a ton of crickets around right now, without a ton of stuff, because you don't need a ton of stuff. So I'm going to cook a little bit of a stew, a little campfire stew, using the cup that we have. I've got some alcohol on the stove already. This is that pre-packet Spanish rice that you can buy. I don't know if it's Knorr or whatever, but when you want to look for the stuff that you don't have to add anything but water. A lot of them you have to put, like the pasta, you're supposed to put in milk or some oil or anything that makes it more difficult you want to avoid. So usually the Spanish rice, which already has some spices, and the dried rice, everything in there. You just need to boil it in water. 10-15 minutes, pretty simple. I'm going to chop up a little bit of onion that I brought, because onion does not need refrigeration before you cut it. And I also have a carrot and some of that summer sausage, which is also great because until you open it, it doesn't really need refrigeration. And as long as you cover the end tightly with plastic, you're good for a couple days. I don't know if you can see, but I got a little campfire in the back burning down on the coals, waiting for that to come up. I'm going to need this windscreen because I don't know how you can hear it, but it is a little bit windy out. So once I get the stove going, I'm going to put the windscreen around it and then throw my stuff in. And there we go. So that's going. I throw up this windscreen. Oof, almost dropped that knife. Good. Throw the cup on here. Well, actually, I'll put the rice in with the water first before I make a big mess. Throw all that in there. And throw in some water. Get this going. Man, that is really flaming up. So I'm going to boil it, and then I will I'm going to let that boil for a while, and then I will burning myself here. Once it comes to a boil, I'll chop up some of that sausage and a little bit of the onion, and I'll throw that in, and then we'll be back. Let me put this lid on here, and we'll let that go for a little while, and I'll come back. Okay, so that's boiling. I'm going to throw in some of the onion now. That's in the flavor. Still cooking away, and then I'm going to, that's enough of that. Then I'll throw it over there on the fire, hang it over, because we have that hook. Let it simmer for a while. I'm going to put in a little bit of carrots. We're still going. And last but not least, chop up some of this meat. Throw this in. Summer sausage is good. Actually, it's really good cooked. You got to be careful though, because you don't want to add in a bunch of spices, because it has a bunch of salt in it already. Obviously, I mean, it's pretty much chemically treated meat, which is why it's not in the refrigerator at the grocery store, because it's not going to go off. But it's great for camping, and it is really good for breakfast. But also it does not need to be cooked, so you can just eat it as it is. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, obviously, but for camping, where you have to worry about refrigeration, it's pretty good, man. Pretty good way to go. I've actually had it where I haven't told people what it was. I just cooked it up for breakfast. Just said, oh yeah, it's sausage. They're like, man, this is the best sausage. Where do you get that? I said, oh, I go to a butcher. He makes it for me. Okay, so I'll give this a little stir. It's nice and hot. Fire's starting to go out now, which is fine, because I'm going to go hang it up on the fire. And that's it. I'm going to let it sit there for 15 minutes maybe. Pretty much it should be done. So, catch you over at the fire. Cheers. I love that sausage. Okay. So, got my hook on. I'm down to the, just got some coals sitting there. So this is where I'm just going to place this over there. Let that cook. It was still hot. I had to put on my gloves. I couldn't carry it, obviously. So, have a look at my watch. Let that go for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I should be good. Like I said, so I brought it to a boil while I had it on the little alcohol stove. Made sure I mixed up everything. You don't want stuff sticking to the bottom, which is always a pain in the ass. And that's it. I let the fire die down a little bit. And I'll let it sit there. And it's about 10 or 15 minutes. And pull it off. And pretty much it should be done by that point. So, an easy way. Once again, you know, camping's made simple. We're all about trying to get outdoors and keep it simple. And that's it. Carrot, a little bit of sausage, some rice right out of the packet, and we're good. So, cheers. See you when I'm done. All right. The cup's a little sooty from sitting over the fire, which you're gonna get anytime you put something on the fire. Let's have a look on the inside. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, man. Let me get these handles out so I can grasp it. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but looks pretty good. It was good. It was really good. That's it, you know. Spanish rice out of the packet. Boil it for a few minutes. Add in some, well, this is carrot and onion and a little of that summer sausage. Set it over the fire for a while. It's good. It's hot sauce though. I'm a big fan of hot sauce. Here's the final close-up. Came out really good. Sausage, the rice all cooked, still steaming, super hot. I probably put in a little bit too much water. Could have done a little less water, or I could have taken the lid off and let it sit without the lid on for a while. That would have gotten rid of some of this extra water, but either way, tastes great. So, yeah, very simple meal. Camping made simple. That's what we're all about. Cheers.